This is not Bar 4133. This is the E&M podcast. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wilde. And it's been a while since you guys have seen me, especially live. I really don't like doing these um, in the car, like live videos. I always try to keep it somewhat professional, do it in the studio or in the bar studio they have set up. But anyway, Jason Kelce retires after much speculation. I think a lot of people knew that it was going to happen. Um, I got the feeling this year that it was going to happen with a lot of the opportunities that he's going to have in the media world. Um, and he retired today. And as you see behind me is the gym that I go to. And I saw that the press conference was set for 1 o'clock today. And I thought, okay, fine, I'll listen to it while I'm at the gym, while I'm getting a workout in. And little did I know that, what, 5 or 10 minutes into this thing, uh, through Jason's sobs and tears and like where it was hard for him to get himself together, I finded myself sitting there at the gym, a grown man, with tears like barely holding into my eyes and eventually streaming down my cheeks. Um, and that's to another man's words. I think passion in any form, in any job, in any form of life is something so important and so hard to come by. And Jason once said something, and it really resonated with me. And he said the most common thing is unsuccessful, talented people because they're lacking that. They have all that talent, but they're lacking that passion. And Jason Kelce was one of the most, if not the most passionate Philadelphia Eagle of all time. He put passion in everything that he did. And his speech, and it was a very long speech, he uh he said a lot of things that really makes you think. He brought up the town of Philadelphia, or the city of Philadelphia, I should say, and how there wasn't a better fit for a guy like him. That his mother always used to say, if you want Jason to do something, just say that he can't. And that's kind of the mentality that we have here in Philly. He brought up the media, and I'm really wanting to get on here and talk about how negative the Philadelphia media is. And he brought up how Philadelphia fans, if you bust your ass, they will love you forever. And they hold some of the athletes here as demigods. I mean, we have a fictional athlete that we hold to a high standard named Rocky Balboa. Uh, and Jason's speech today, I just wanted throughout the whole thing, and I knew this was impossible, but a lot of people before the press conference were sharing the Wolf of Wall Street gif of Leonardo DiCaprio saying, "I'm not fucking leaving," like where he changed his mind. And there was part of me that was just hoping somewhere in that speech, because he just couldn't get himself together. I felt like he didn't want to do it. Uh, again, Kelsey cried after the Super Bowl when talking about how a lot of people thought he wasn't going to get drafted, and now here he was as a Super Bowl champion. Um, again, I know he's passionate. I know the tears might have been happy tears, or they just might have been tears when thinking about a journey that he went on. But I really felt like maybe there was a part of him, a huge part of him, that just didn't want to do it. And I was hoping at some point that maybe he might say, "I'm not fucking leaving." You know, that's kind of what I was hoping. The guy means so much to the team, not just as a center. And he said in his speech, I don't know if he said this in jest, but that he was overrated, and he was vastly overrated. But it took a lot of hard work to get here. I don't think he's overrated at all. I think he's rated exactly where he needs to be, and that's as one of the best, if not the best center in the NFL today, and one of the best centers of all time. And I'm not just saying that as an Eagles fan. Uh, he talked about the 2016 season, how everybody wanted him out of town, and Stout kind of saved his career. And then in 2017, again, he's holding up the Lombardi. That kind of mentality, that leadership, that story, that having a guy like that in the locker room, that's where it's going to hurt the most. Not having him around, we're going to see him all over our TVs, but seeing him in that number 62 jersey is not going to happen again, and that's a sad thing. I appreciate his words. It made me feel something. I love when not just an athlete, it could be anything. When I feel something, it could be a song. It could be, and I've said that in some of my reviews on music. It could be anything, but the fact that he made me feel something with his words today. He said, people ask him why football, and he can never answer. And I kind of feel like that. And a lot of his words resonate with us, right? Because I kind of feel like that with my career, like why wrestling, like, and you never kind of have the right answer. and he said it's like being drawn to, like, what draws you to your favorite song or your favorite movie. Like, that's the feeling he got with football. Man, it was just, I get chills like just thinking about it. He brought up, and he had a hard time getting this out, talking about, his first football memory. Uh, and wondering what was going to happen when he hit his teammate. Um, and man, it's just hell of a career, hell of an Eagle. Um, I'm already planning a number 62 tattoo. Uh, the guy is just everything that you want, not just in a Philadelphia athlete, but everything you want as an athlete. He put over all his coaches. Uh, you know, do you think Jason Kelce is on the Philadelphia? Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely on the Mount Rushmore. I couldn't tell you who the rest of those guys are off the top of my head, but again, he is one of the best centers I think that the game has ever seen for his versatility. Not being a huge guy, he kind of broke the mold as a center. Again, all the doubters, all the haters, and he said a quote, and it's my favorite quote from the whole thing, where he said uh, that he relished the doubters. That they unleashed a fire in him, because again, something that I can resonate to, and I think a lot of people can resonate to. I think he's on the Eagles Mount Rushmore. I would put obviously Reggie White up there. Man, and for personal reasons, and again, this is silly because he didn't have that great of a football career, but a guy like Nick Foles that won a championship. How about that quote, by the way, in Jason Kelsey's speech? And this was great because it was very sad seeing a man have to walk away from something he loves, because that's what that was. I think if Jason Kelsey could play football till he was 100 years old, he would. Um, but he said, he was talking about the Philly special. He said that, how about the guy? No, he said, how about the biggest dick on the team going up to the coach who had the biggest balls in the stadium and asking for the Philly special and saying, go for it? Obviously, Big Dick Nick. There's a whole big story there. I'm not going to say it on. Probably get shut down. But Google that if you don't know. Um, yeah, it's just incredibly sad that he's not going to be on the team. And again, I kind of was setting up for it. I kind of thought it was going to happen, seeing how he was testing the waters in the media, and he's just so good on camera. Um, Travis Kelsey was around Philly this weekend. Kind of got clues there. And what is it with this weekend? Professional wrestler Sting just had his last match yesterday. Jason Kelsey talks about his retirement today. And for Philly fans, Zach Wheeler gets the extension. You're kind of on a little bit of a high. And now with Jason in that retirement, man, that was rough. It really was. It was beautiful, but it was rough. And I'm just trying not to be depressed all day. Watching some of these Jason Kelsey videos and highlights, and there's something, if you guys if you guys have Twitter, you go on Twitter, the Philadelphia Eagles YouTube, it might be there. It's a 6-minute clip of Jason's career, and it was the first game that he got put in against the Rams. Michael Vick was Andy Reid was still the coach. Mike Vick was the quarterback. And Vick is on the sideline with Kelsey, and he's saying, and this is so perfect and awesome that they have this footage. And Michael Vick is saying, as every rep you get, you're going to get better. You're going to learn. Like, he's like really hyping Kelsey up. And it's just, man, I'm sure he's going to be some kind of ambassador for the team. But again, I brought this up earlier with everything. And I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, as I think a lot of Philly fans are right now. Um, but he had said in relation to the media, like, um, if you don't like what they're saying, go out there and bust your ass. And I think nowadays, even if you bust your ass, the media is still going to be negative. They just saw it. I heard before the press conference on one of the local radio stations. I'm not even going to give them the clout or the shout out. Said, what does this say about the Eagles locker room that Kelsey's leaving? What does it say about the talent? Does this mean that he doesn't think that they can go anywhere next year? Or does he think that the guy's body has got to be breaking down on him? He's such an Iron Man. Never is never hurt. I don't know how many games it was that he went in a row playing, but your body can only take so much for so long. He's got 3 daughters. I'm sure he wants to be able to still be healthy for. I think that's a lot. Brought up his wife, who's awesome, who at the Chiefs games wouldn't wear any Chiefs shit. It was all, she's wearing all Eagle stuff. Um, and it was such a, if you can check out the speech, I don't know how long it was. It felt like it was an hour long. Um, but it was great, and the Eagles now have to look at what they're going to do in the future for center. Is it Jurgens? Is it Dickerson? Do they sign a free agent? Do they draft another center? I think it's like this, and this is to that negative uh, radio station and some of the negative media people. And I'm going to say this because I don't want to make this too long. I think Jason Kelce again left because I think his body was doing some things that he. I mean, he said it during the year that on Thursdays this year his body hurt and it never did that before. I think there was that. I think there's the media options out there. Um, Even though the Eagles season sucked last year, he got to see his brother win another Super Bowl. I think he maybe felt that was kind of a good note to go on. And also, call me crazy, call me optimistic. I think that maybe he looks at those guys on that offensive line and he feels like he's leaving the Eagles in a good place. Like he's not, I just don't see, if you watch that press conference, the passion and how much you can tell he truly loves this football team, how he truly loves Stoutland, how he, and more than anything, loves Jeff Stoutland, um, how he, respects Howie Roseman, what he thinks of Nick Sirianni. He put Nick Sirianni over really well in that press conference. I don't think he would leave if it was leaving those people in a bad place. If his body can still go, I don't think that he would leave the Eagles if he thought they were like some of the media said, oh, he doesn't think the Eagles can win. So that's why he's picking today to do it, or the locker room chemistry's bad. That's why he's going to leave. I think that he feels when he looks at that offensive line and he looks at that team, I think he feels like he's leaving it in a good place because you can tell, again, by watching that press conference the admiration, the respect, and the love he has, not just for the city of Philadelphia, but the team. And he absolutely gets it. He gets this city, man. He gets the love that the fans have for this team and for this city. He brought up the Zach Ertz dodging the Vontez Burfict block from 2016. I don't know if you guys remember that. We all wanted Ertz out of here. And then the next game, Ertz catches a pass, and it takes three people to bring him down, and the crowd loves him. And Zach Ertz is one of the all-time Eagles. You'll never hear anybody say anything bad about him in the city. That's how we are, man. That's how this team is. Very passionate. If you're not doing the right things, if you're not busting your ass, if you're not taking this seriously, we're gonna let you know it. And when you are, we're going to. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna bring up the Darius Slay stuff. This is about Kelce. I was annoyed by some of the like people just couldn't believe that fans would boo if the team's being bad. I don't understand it. Kelce gets it. Hell of a player, hell of a career. My favorite Philadelphia Eagle, absolutely on the Mount Rushmore. Um, I'm gonna miss him here. I'm gonna miss seeing him every Sunday. Uh, just and I wish the season didn't end for him like it did. Like that's my only thing. I would have rather him retired last year after almost beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl than this year and the collapse, the epic collapse, the horrible, embarrassing, and pathetic playoff appearance. Um, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but it's probably a press conference I'm gonna watch again. And again, thought I'd be okay in the gym watching it, and here I am on the treadmill sobbing like a friggin' baby. Leave your reactions in the comments. Man, this is kind of therapy for me. Again, just a hell of an athlete. I wish there were more like him, and hopefully people going forward. Maybe I feel like he's part of he's that type of player. Like he broke the mold. Like there aren't those type of guys around anymore. Um, Hopefully I'm wrong. Uh, Jason Kelce will never see this, but I just want to thank him for all these years, the hard work, the dedication. 2017, 2022, being a man's man. He replied to one of my tweets years ago. I think it was like 2015. I had to put a tweet out. I was wearing an Eagle shirt, about to wrestle. But then the crowd was like they were all ecstatic, and it was a great picture. And I tweeted him, and I said, "These fans love the Eagles," and he retweeted it, and then tweeted, "That's so fucking cool." Um, this is when he had the big beard, and everybody called him the Beard. Um, but that's all I got for you guys. Everybody, check out the press conference. Thank you, Jason. 62 better never be worn by another Philadelphia Eagle again. Um, Everybody stay safe out there. Hopefully, I get back to you guys, and it's not months like it has been. Life's just been nuts. But stay safe, stay healthy, go Birds. I'll see you guys later.